नहमदुहु व नसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Starting with the name of Allah, the creator of earth and everything surrounding us, Almighty, who runs the rivers, who feeds the cattle, who sparkles the stars in the sky, and upon whom will we are here for this session. Being Muslims, we all believe the supremacy of Almighty Allah and feel pleasure to start everything with His great name. In this context, I will invite Suhrab Khan to take over the mic and recite few verses from the Holy Quran in order to make this session blissful.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون فتعالى الله الملك الحق لا إله إلا هو رب العرش الكريم ومن يدع مع الله إلها آخر لا برهان له به فإنما حسابه عند ربه إنه لا يفلح الكافرون وقل رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
So let's begin the session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I, Sadia Suhail, student of DSIR 2nd, is here to represent Daydreamers to you. As always, today's session of Daydreamers will enlighten up you with another enlightening session of book review. I warmly welcome you all in our program. I'm so happy to see you together here. A big thanks to each and everyone present for joining our program. We really appreciate your presence, my dear audience, and I heartily welcome our respected speaker, Mansoor Baloch, executive member of Daydreamers, who will enlighten up you by giving a review of an interesting book, 1984 by George Orwell. Let me give you a brief description about Daydreamers, what actually Daydreamers is, and why I'm here. So, Daydreamers is actually a group of passionate students aims at the eradication of the curse of educated ignorance, from our society. Daydreamers activities revolves around boosting students' communication skills through various means, including constructive debate sessions with experts, presentations on various national and international issues, and many other related activities. And today, Daydreamer will once again enlighten you all with a book review through our IR student Mansoor Baloch. Let me give you a brief description about today's topic first. So, this topic is actually about the deep relation between government and civilians before, but that relation we can just explain as a negativity in that era. So, now Mansoor, you may unmute your mic and encourage our audience with your best. Inquiries of our audience will be shared by me to you at the end of the session. But first, I would like to request my audience not to unmute their mics during session. If you have any query or any question regarding session, you may simply write in the chat box so that I'll convey at the end of the session to our speaker. And I hope that he will try his best to solve them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm very thankful to you, and I'm thankful to the Daydreamers and to all participants. Especially, I would like to thank Mr. Izaz Khatak for awarding me this opportunity to present a book review on 1894 by George Orwell. First of all, I want to tell a brief introduction about George Orwell. George Orwell was born in India in June 25, 1903. At this time, India was a colony half British. After his birth, means shortly, his mother moved to England, and George Orwell got his education in a boarding school, but unfortunately he couldn't continue his education at university level. So therefore, he went to Burma to join the Indian Imperial Police. So after that, he left the police and he spent his whole life in writing. George Orwell was a political writer, journalist, novelist, and critic. And his prominent works are 1984 Animal Farm. And I'm sure that most of the participants are familiar with the 1984. And I believe that most of the participants have read Animal Farm. 1984 is a revolutionary futuristic novel which was published in 1949. It is three parts and every parts have different chapters. The first part consists of 8 chapters, second part consists of 10 chapters, and the third part consists of 6 chapters. It is called a totalitarian dystopia. Dystopian literature is a type of literature which presents a dark side or a dark image of any society or political system. And totalitarianism is a system or state in that the authority and every rights of individuals are under the control of the state. Orwell presents a totalitarian state which is called Oceania in 1984. And we can observe two other states as well, Eurasia and East Asia. And we can see that Oceania is all the time in war with one of these two following states. And Oceania is ruled by the party under the leadership of Big Brother. And there are 4 ministries which are working under this government: Ministry of Truth, Ministry of Peace, Ministry of Love, and Ministry of Plenty. The names of the ministry are something else, but their works are something else. Suppose Ministry of Truth. When we look at the name, we think about the truth, but the actual work of the Ministry of Truth is to alter the history and to change everything according to the ideology of the state. And Ministry of Peace concerns with wars, and Ministry of Peace concerns with wars, and Ministry of Love is deals with law and order, and Ministry of Plenty concerns with economy. And there are 3 classes of people in that country, Oceania. One is called inner party members. Those are elite class, and outer party members, they are middle class. And the third one we have, that is proles, which is lower class people. So 85% of the total population of Oceania is of proles, and 13% of the population of Oceania is of outer party, means middle class, and 2% belongs to inner party. And there is also we can find a new language that is called Newspeak. And the party, means the government of Oceania, tries to adopt this language, Newspeak, means new language, to replace old language, in order to change the thinking of the people, because they are trying to reduce the language. They are trying to eliminate most of the words from the language, so that people may not express their thoughts. And we can find the important characters in the novel, that are Winston Smith, who is the hero of the novel, and who is outer party member, and works at the Ministry of Truth. Means his job is to alter the history, and to write anything, or to change the records according to the ideology, according to the thinking of the state. And Julia, the next character we have, who is also an outer party member, and then she falls in love with Winston, and they both dream to resist against the party system. The third character we have, that is O'Brien. O'Brien is also one of the most important characters of the novel, and he is the member of the inner party. Then we have 2 most important figures of the novel, that are Big Brother and Goldstein. Goldstein and Big Brother previously both have worked together for the party, but then Goldstein, as they both have departed from each other, and Goldstein has started resistance against the system of the party, and who is running a movement called Brotherhood Movement against the system of Big Brother. And Big Brother is also an important figure who is controlling the whole party, although we are not sure whether he really exists or not, because we just find his name. We do not find him in himself in the novel, and we only see in the novel that he is considered the supreme leader of the Oceania, and we can find everywhere posters of Big Brother that people are being threatened, they are being afraid from this poster that Big Brother is watching you. And there we can find that everywhere the system the state is controlling the public in such a way that they have installed telescreens everywhere, and they have there we can find posters of Big Brother that Big Brother is watching you, and whatever they are doing, they are being monitored. And if someone thinks against the state, that will be considered a thought crime. And we can find a force as well that is called thought police, which means works against those who are involved in thinking against the state. And we can find that there is eight speech, means for a short while in screens there appears a short speech which is in favor of Big Brother and against those states which Oceania is fighting war. And it is also against the Brotherhood movement, means they are provoking the thoughts of the public that Big Brother wants peace, that Goldstein, the Brotherhood wants peace, and they are exploiting youth. So therefore they are in order to brainwash the public, they are trying, and they are trying through this speech, they are trying to brainwash them. And after this listening this speech, the people or the crowd, the workers, they start chanting slogans. These three slogans are the official slogans of the party, that war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. And I think that if we look our society, these three slogans totally resemble resemble the situation of our society. Means we are practicing these slogans in our society as well. So we can find that the state is totally the state has the control of the individuals, the control of their thoughts, the control of their physical activities, everything. And if they think against the state, that will be considered a thought crime. So the hero of the novel, Winston, when he enters his room, he has to show everything in front of the telescreen, that what he is having with himself. He has to show his file to the telescreen, he has to show his clothes, that whatever he has to show. And whenever he goes there, so everything he has to show, so therefore he becomes frustrated and he thinks against the party. And when he goes to his room, where he starts writing diary, and while writing diary, he turns his back towards the telescreen, so that telescreen may not judge him, and he writes over there. And even he is that much frustrated that in his diary, he writes that down with the Big Brother, down with the Big Brother, means several times he writes this one sentence. He is that much frustrated. And the state has that much control over the people, that the state is controlling even the children in such a way, they are brainwashed, that the children are working as a secret agents against their parents. So whatever their parents are doing, if they are doing any activity which is against the ideology of the state, the children, means the children of the parent, will themselves report this thing to the thought police. And when Winston as also a neighbor who has some children, and even means the children of his neighbor, they they think that Winston is a thought criminal, and they call him traitor, thought criminal, and they even threaten him that I will kill you, I will vaporize you because you are a thought criminal. So in this way that Winston is totally frustrated, and he thinks against the state, the party, the big brother, and he wants to join the movement brotherhood so that he could resist against the party to eliminate this system. And in the Ministry of Truth, Julia is also working at the fiction department of Ministry of Truth. So whenever he sees Julia, he thinks that Julia is a secret agent of thought police. So therefore, means he changes his way because he thinks that Julia is a secret agent. But when sometime means once in a aid speech, Julia falls down, and Winston tries to help her, but Julia gives a letter to Winston, and Winston becomes more afraid that she is threatening him. And at this time, O'Brien is also judging him, and he very quickly he puts the letter in his pocket and goes to his room. When he checks the letter, in the letter it is written by Julia that I love you. So Winston becomes surprised that he was thinking that Julia is a secret agent of the thought police, but now she has written that I love you. So therefore she thinks that she might means manipulate him. She might manipulate him. She just deceives him. So once they again meet in a cafe, and they sit in a table. So whenever they are sitting in a table while eating, they means turn their face downwards so that they may not be judged. Because if someone is talking to someone, he is being judged by the thought police or by the tele screen, and he or she will be arrested. And they are talking in such a way so that no one may judge them. And even they are not allowed to love with each other, because love is also means against the ideology of the big brother. And making friendship with someone is also not allowed. So therefore they are very afraid. And while eating over there, they decide to meet in a place at 8 week is a festival. We can say that in that festival the state punishes all those thought criminals or those agents who are working against state. So over there, the all people are gathering as a spectator. So over there, they decide to meet. And when they meet over there, from that day on, they keep on meeting. And they means they take a room on rent in the village of proles, because proles are the lower class of that state. And proles are just considered very low, like animals. Mean they are not being monitored in such a way as the other classes of the society are being monitored. So they take a room on rent, and they keep on meeting over there. When they meet over there, they decide to means practically go against the party, to join the brotherhood movement. And no one knows that who is in the brotherhood movement except Goldstein, that everyone considers him that a threat to the state. But no one knows that where is Goldstein and who is in that movement. So therefore that Winston sometimes thinks that O'Brien may be in the Brotherhood movement, but actually he does not know that O'Brien is an inner party member. So therefore, they decide, means when they meet with each other, so they decide to practically join Brotherhood movement and go against the party. So Julia says that we love each other. It itself is a revolution against the party. So we do not need to join means brotherhood party. But then they meet O'Brien, and when they meet O'Brien, Winston directly tells him that we are against the ideology of the party and we want to join the movement, the brotherhood movement. Uh, And O'Brien also tries to manipulate Winston, and he says to him that you cannot join Brotherhood movement because it needs dear to join Brotherhood movement. He says that we can join him, and O'Brien asks him that if we tell you that kill a person, will you kill him? He says yes, we will. Means I will kill him. Winston says, and when he says that if we say to you that you should depart from each other, means you should not love each other. So Julia replies that no, we love each other, we cannot be departed from each other. So then O'Brien suggests Winston that in a hate speech, someone will exchange suitcase with you. You have to give your empty suitcase to him, and you have to take a suitcase from him. And when they exchange suitcase, so they again come to the room. When they come to the room, and he opens the suitcase, there is a book of the Brotherhood movement, which is written against the big brother, against the ideology of the big brother. So when they open the book, and here means here the thought police comes, and they are arrested. When they are arrested, they are surprised that who is the agent that who has informed the thought police to come here. Then they see because a camera has been installed over there, and they come to know that the owner of this room is himself a member of thought police. So therefore they are surprised, and they are arrested, over there. When they are brought to the prison, there is a room called 101. In that room, Winston is means they both have been departed from each other, and Winston is kept in that room where he is being where he is being punished. And they punish him in such a way that first of all they say him that they should be departed. They should not love each other because it is against the ideology of the state. And second, but he does not agree. He says that I should be punished, but Julia should not be punished. Means I should be punished instead of her. So he is being punished in such a way, means very badly, very critically he is punished. And when he is asked that what two and two when two and two make, so he says that four. O'Brien says that no, it is five, but he says that no, it is four, and he shows his fingers to him that how many fingers are these. He says that four. He says no, according to Big Brother these are five, so you should consider four as five because Big Brother says this. He does not agree, and very critically he is punished. But then every record of Winston is kept with thought police. So then they know that Winston has a phobia, who is afraid of the mice. So they bring him to in a room where there is a cage. There's a cage full of mice, and that Winston has been brought over there, and here he becomes very afraid, and he says that do not do it to me, do it to Julia. So here then Winston becomes free from the prison, because they both now agree that it is not four, it is five, because Big Brother says two and two make five. And they both means do not love each other now. They love they love Big Brother, and they agree with the ideology of Big Brother. And then means in the after being freed from the prison, in a chest that cafe, and he wants meets Julia as well, and they both means exchange one phrase with each other. Julia says to him that I betrayed you, and Winston also says to him that I betrayed you. Means both are uttering the same phrase, that it means both have betrayed each other. Before they were saying that they will not be departed, they will not leave each other, but now because they have been brainwashed and they have been punished in such a way, they have been afraid in that much that they means left their interest and they agree with the interest with the ideology of the big brother. So over there, when Winston is sitting on a table and he listens a song, the song is that under a spreading chestnut tree, I sold you and you sold me. So in this way means they leave each other and they agree with the ideology of the state. And when hate speech starts, in the hate speech, the screen means announce the victory of Oceania against the others, this other state. So so Winston becomes that much happy that even his tears fell down because now he agrees that Big Brother is right. And if we talk about the themes of this novel, there are two major themes. One is language. Language, we can see that the one of the main focus of the state is to change the language, means to change the old language into a new language, then into new speak. So they are trying to reduce the words of the whole language so that people may not find any such kind of word that would express their thoughts, so that they will means they will blindly follow the rules and ideology of the state. And Orwell himself says that political language is designed to make lies sound truthful and murder respectable. Means whatever they are doing, they means present it in such a way, in such a language that the lies sound truthful. Even we believe on their lies that it is true, and they present murder as a virtuous act, as a virtuous deed. So we consider it respectable. And according to the state means who controls past, who controls past will control future, and who controls present will controls the past. So it is their ideology to change the history and to change the language according to their ideology, so that people may not think and people may not find any such any word that could express their beliefs or their thoughts against state. And second thing we have that is totalitarianism. As I told, that totalitarianism is such a state where every right and every authority of individuals are under the control of the state. We can find that in the novel. They are working, every character is working, means their physical activities are controlled by the state. They cannot do anything against the state. And second thing is that psychological control of individual. Even they think something that will be considered a thought crime, and the thought police will arrest them because it is against the state. Even thinking is not allowed according to their will. They cannot think whatever they wish. They have to think whatever state has told them. And the third point we have, that is monitoring the public by technology. And we can find that how public is being monitored through technology like telescreen. Means whenever he sits, telescreen ask him that why he is sitting. If he stands up, telescreen ask him that why he is standing. And if he comes in, he has to show everything to the screen, that he has nothing with himself. And when he goes out of room, he has to show the telescreen that nothing he has. And everywhere we can find that big brother is watching you. Means everywhere individuals are being monitored by the state through technology. And at last, I want to say that whenever we read this book, and if I am asked that who should read this book, I will suggest this book to everyone, that everyone has to read this book, because it is a masterpiece of literature. It is not related to any specific region. It is means it resembles or it reflects the situation of every society and everywhere. Means everywhere we can find such kind of actions. So like Francis Bacon says that some books are to be tested, some books are to be swallowed, and some books are to be chewed and digested. So I believe that 1984 is such a book which needs to be chewed and digested, means which everyone needs to read and understand, because it shows us, it means it opens our mind that what is happening to us and what has happened to us, how our history is being altered, and what we are being taught. After reading this book, we can means see the things from a totally different perspective. So once again, I would like to thank you all for giving me your precious time. So any question, I will be answering your questions.
Okay. Thank you, Mansoor. I hope our audience had enjoyed and been encouraged by your speaking too. So I think there is no question. So thank you so much for giving us your precious time, Mansoor. So I would like to end this wonderful session here. Thank you, Mansoor, once again, and thank you, audience, for giving your part in this beautiful session. Have a very good night. Take care. Allah Hafiz.